Reese removed, quote, Chi-Town Barbie from her Instagram. Yeah, she's gone.
And the writing was on the wall. Let's be clear here. The writing was on the wall when we saw this. This let us know what time it was. This is Angel Reese's Instagram. She removed the Sky Barbie, whatever Chicago Sky thing she had in the bio, gone. All you see, Bayou Barbie. She already removed Chicago Sky.
Did Angel Reese truly just hit the digital self-destruct button on her own iconic nickname, Chi-Town Barbie? That's right, the moniker is gone, utterly scrubbed from her online presence, vanished into the internet ether faster than a forgotten meme. But this isn't just about a social media refresh, it's a seismic event in the WNBA, leaving a trail of whispers from league executives who are now openly suggesting she should pack her bags and demand a trade. Is this unfolding drama merely a calculated move in the cutthroat world of sports branding, or are we witnessing the most chaotic public unfollowing in professional sports history? Brace yourselves, because the rabbit hole we're about to dive into makes even the most scandalous reality TV look like a quiet Sunday afternoon sermon.
Today, we have got to talk about the Angel Reese Chicago Sky situation because it seems to be getting uglier. Was the game that Angel Reese was suspended for the first half of the game. Now, I laugh because when I first saw that news, I have never seen in professional sports ever, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen an instance where a player is suspended for only half of the game and only specifically the first half of.
The unfolding narrative in Chicago has spiraled into a level of theatrical absurdity, usually reserved for daytime soap operas, where long-lost identical twins emerge from the shadows to scheme against each other while secretly romancing the pool boy. Angel Reese has unequivocally severed ties with her Chi-Town Barbie alter ego, meticulously erasing the phrase from her Instagram bio, a digital act of defiance that sent shockwaves through the league. It's more than a mere edit. It's a public eviction, a symbolic removal of a persona that has been as central to her brand as her undeniable talent, now unceremoniously escorted from the building like a bad tenant who skipped out on months of rent. This isn't just a minor update, it's a declaration.
Like the drama in Chicago, the plot is thickening around Angel Reese. As we know, the other day, of course, the Chicago Sky, in my opinion, sent a very limp kind of punishment towards Angel Reese. A whole half a game suspension, whole half game, after she threw her teammates under a train right before the train was coming down the tracks.
Any seasoned observer of professional athletes understands that the act of deleting a key identifier or significant content from a social media profile is the modern-day equivalent of serving divorce papers. Forget the drawn-out legal battles, the mediation sessions, or the public statements. A simple nickname removal from a prominent bio sends an undeniable message to the world. I am done, and done is precisely the unsettling vibe emanating from this entire situation. However, to truly grasp the depth of this Chicago Sky drama, we must rewind, because this tumultuous saga didn't begin with a digital housekeeping session. The initial tremors were felt when Angel Reese, with audacious candor, essentially anointed herself as the undisputed truth of the team, inadvertently relegating everyone else on her roster to the metaphorical trash bin in a move that would prove irrevocably damaging.
So lads, Angel Reese obviously is done in Chicago. Like, she's never going to play for actually she might play this season, but she's done. She's absolutely done. Like, if I was Angel Reese, I mean this when I say this, like, I would, because let's be real, the Chicago Sky fans have been on her side the whole time. Do they play any more home games? I think they might play in their home game, but like, I would go out. I would go out and play one more game instead of going out like it seems like she's going out, which is going.
Her critique of teammates wasn't just harsh. It was a brutal, no-holds-barred public indictment, an act so severe it felt like she had metaphorically lined them up, blindfolded them, and then pushed them directly into the path of an oncoming train. There was no hesitation, no visible flinch, just a full, unyielding send-off into public scrutiny, and the supposed consequence for this scorched earth strategy for such an astounding breach of team unity and professional conduct. A mere half-game suspension. That's right, the Chicago Sky management in their infinite wisdom determined that the appropriate price for publicly torching your entire team was a punishment, so laughably brief, it was shorter than most single episodes of a binge-worthy Netflix series, leaving many to question the true leadership within the organization.
More disconnection shown in video evidence, man, with the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. Is looking bad by the second. Now, if we take a look at this video, man, it looks like Angel Reese is just done with the Chicago Sky, done with everything that involves the Chicago Sky. I mean, she looked like she is ready to go, man.
So it was brought to my attention that Angel needed to take the Shy Barbie out of her Instagram bio. So I messaged, you know, I had to go look, and she absolutely did. So I'm not sure what's going on or what the plan is, but if you watched the game last night with the Sky versus the Aces, you would know that Angel Reese did not play at all, and you could tell the tensions were high. Like, it was awkward. And Angel Reese did not look happy, did not look like Angel Reese at all. Personality, just, you could just tell, checked out. And you know what? I don't blame.
A paltry half-game suspension for such egregious public disparagement felt less like a penalty and more like an extended coffee break, an insult to the very concept of accountability. It's akin to a judge telling a bank robber, "We're taking away your Netflix password for half the weekend," or grounding a teenager, but allowing them to keep their phone, ensuring they can broadcast their perceived injustice to the entire world. This suspension was so incredibly weak, so utterly devoid of impact, that it sparked widespread speculation among fans. Was Chicago Sky management genuinely afraid of becoming Angel Reese's next target for a subtweet? Naturally, the fan base erupted, their collective minds lost in a maelstrom of outrage and division. One faction immediately went into DEFCON 1, demanding Reese's immediate evacuation from Chicago, labeling the city too sensitive, too political, too dramatic, or too whatever, a cacophony of complaints reflecting deep-seated frustration. Conversely, a significant portion of the fan base was absolutely furious that the punishment wasn't exponentially harsher. How can any professional sports team function, let alone succeed, when a star player publicly declares her coworkers to be garbage and then expects them to deliver perfect passes or set rock-solid screens? The very foundation of a sports team is built on trust, respect, and shared purpose, and once that delicate fabric is torn, the entire operation devolves into something resembling a middle school group project, where one person shoulders all the work, while the others squabble over who gets to choose the PowerPoint font. No player will willingly pass the ball to someone who might publicly humiliate them in the next post-game interview, creating an unrecoverable rift in team dynamics.
A WNBA executive said Chicago Sky are the worst run organization in the league and that Angel Reese should demand a trade. She needs to get the hell out of there. Chicago is probably the worst run organization in the league. You're going to suspend your best player because she's putting pressure on you to get better. That was embarrassing to see. Shout out Kurt Miller. Shout out Kurt Miller. Like, I think everybody knows who this was. This was Kurt Miller. And why this was Kurt Miller? Kurt Miller is trying to get Angel Reese to Dallas. And Dallas have the assets to get Angel Reese. Like, I was thinking about it and I'm like, I just realized they actually do, because Louisa Geisel-Suter is on it.
And just when the situation couldn't possibly get any spicier, Angel Reese, with audacious disregard for tradition and respect, decided to metaphorically come for a bona fide legend, Courtney Vandersloot. Yes, we're talking about one of the most revered and accomplished names in the entire history of women's basketball, a player synonymous with skill, leadership, and unwavering professionalism. This wasn't merely a rookie mistake. It was an act of audacious hubris, akin to an intern on their very first week confidently striding into the executive suite and declaring, "You know what, I could run this entire operation far better than the CEO." Such a move not only demonstrated a shocking lack of deference, but also signaled a deeper, more troubling disregard for the established hierarchy and the immense respect earned by those who have paved the way.
Hey
around, and Angel Reese doesn't actually even end up doing warm-ups. She has her little like back warmer brace thing around her warm-up gear. She didn't even have her hair tied up. She was just kind of chilling, and she didn't play in the first half. And then after the first half, we get this announcement. So you guys, this is actually in the middle of the game. She has never entered the game yet. We get this announcement. It says, after serving a suspension during the first half of tonight's game versus the Las Vegas Aces, Angel Reese has been ruled out for the second half due to a back injury for the team. I'm laughing because it's just all so comical. She knew that she was not going to play the second half of the game. Whether the team wanted her to or not, she wasn't going to play. Am I saying that she's faking a back injury? Not necessarily.
You simply do not challenge the legends of a sport unless you are fully prepared for the entire league, and indeed the vast majority of its passionate fan base, to suddenly unify and root against you purely out of fierce loyalty and respect for the established order. This brazen act provided ample fuel for executives across the WNBA who couldn't resist pouring gasoline on the already raging inferno of controversy. Some were brutally honest in their assessments, stating unequivocally that Angel Reese, in their professional estimation, is simply not the kind of player around whom one builds a championship contending team. That's a damning critique, one that certainly doesn't scream franchise cornerstone or future Hall of Famer. Adding further to the turmoil, another executive didn't just criticize, they came out swinging directly at Chicago Sky management, labeling their handling of the suspension as utterly embarrassing. The collective sentiment was clear, allowing Reese to publicly drag her teammates through the mud, only to then bench her for less than a full game. Did not exactly inspire confidence in the leadership or strategic vision of the Chicago organization, casting a long shadow over their ability to manage talent and maintain team cohesion.
Angel Reese not getting involved at all, not smiling, not smacking her buns, any of that. She is just chilling in the back, not trying to be involved at all. Now, some people who don't necessarily pay attention to Angel Reese's off-court or extracurricular activities, you might think, well, man, she just chilling. Is he? What? I don't see anything wrong. Man, Angel Reese is one of, if not the biggest advocate on.
According to the prevailing logic circulating among league insiders and analysts, the Chicago Sky isn't just clumsily mishandling a burgeoning star. They are, in fact, running their entire franchise with the chaotic disorganization of a last-minute group project where every single member completely forgot the due date until the night before it was due. This paints a grim picture of systemic dysfunction far beyond just one player. Yet, amidst all the public outcry, the executive condemnations, and the shockingly lenient suspensions, the most dramatic and telling twist in this entire unfolding saga wasn't a disciplinary action or a scathing quote from an executive. It was something far more subtle, yet infinitely more impactful, unfolding in the digital realm.
Nasty work out here. Angel Reese continues to be flat out diabolical to the Chicago Sky. They thought they could suspend her, and she has turned this thing upside down on the entire franchise. This is crazy. She refused to play in the game today versus the Las Vegas Aces. She's done for the season. She's not gonna lace back up for the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese has officially...
No, the true bombshell, the definitive signal of impending change, was Angel Reese's meticulously executed Instagram makeover. The act of shedding her Chi-Town Barbie moniker is far more than a simple aesthetic choice. It's the universally recognized athlete signal, a digital smoke signal of profound discontent that screams, "I'm about to ghost this team harder and faster than an ex after Valentine's Day." This social media scrubbing is now a well-established, potent indicator of a player's desire to move on. A digital breadcrumb trail beginning with a cryptic bio change, often followed by the quiet deletion of team-related photos, and culminating in fans tracking private jet flights and furiously photoshopping "Welcome to Dallas" edits long before any official trade announcement. And speaking of Dallas, whispers are already swirling with incredible intensity that Reese might be eyeing a move to the Texas team, potentially pairing up with the electrifying Paige Bueckers, a combination that would undoubtedly generate headline material for years. However, WNBA executives, ever cautious, are far from enthusiastic about importing such a potent blend of talent and drama, treating it like a rare, volatile wine they're hesitant to uncork. At least one executive reportedly uttered the blunt assessment that Reese needs to get the asterisk L out of Chicago, which, considering the escalating chaos, might be the understatement of the entire year. If the Windy City franchise was indeed voted the worst-run organization in a recent player poll, a fact that has been widely reported, then perhaps Reese genuinely believes she's executing a strategic self-preservation move by jumping ship. When you find your franchise running neck and neck with the Connecticut Sun for the unenviable title of most chaotic organization in the league, it's an undeniable red flag signaling deep-seated problems. Suspending your star player for publicly calling everyone else garbage isn't an act of leadership. It's a desperate amateurish attempt at damage control that only further exposes the cracks in the foundation. The profound irony here, a twist that might genuinely benefit the team, is the growing sentiment that Chicago could actually improve significantly without Angel Reese. Camila Cardoso, a formidable talent, is patiently waiting in the wings, poised and ready to dominate. With Reese potentially gone, Cardoso could effortlessly step into a consistent 20-point and 12-rebound role, possessing the requisite size, skill, and, crucially, the opportunity. All she truly needs is the freedom to unleash her full potential without internal distractions.
It's gone. At least that's what it appeared to be in tonight's game, the final matchup between the Las Vegas Aces and the Chicago Sky. We got defeated. We got blown out of the water, us Chicago Sky fans. But we just met up with them just the other day on Sunday. We lost by 14 points. Today, this game concluded with the Vegas Aces being on top with 92 points. We were only able to put up 61 points. Yeah, we did worse than what we did on Sunday.
I just got on here to say one thing. I'm laying in the bed and I am scrolling and I just realized, did y'all know that Angel Reese took the Chicago Sky out of her bio? So do we think Angel Reese is going to pull a DB? Do you think she's just never going to show back up? Because that's what it's feeling like. Because I really feel like she faked that back injury. Well, not faked it, but maybe over-exaggerated it. Because she's like, fuck it. I'm done playing for y'all. Y'all don't got my back. I don't want to be here. It's giving DB. It's giving DB. And you know what I want for Angel? I want for her to go find a team that appreciates her. Because, babe, the Chicago Sky right now, with the team that y'all have, other than Camila, I mean, y'all don't have any players on there that are selling tickets, okay? People are going to see the Chicago Sky for a...
Currently, Cardoso's immense talent feels stifled, as if she's attempting to take flight with someone actively yanking at her wings, preventing her from soaring. Imagine the electrifying potential if you were to pair her with a generational talent like Caitlin Clark as her primary point guard. Suddenly, you'd have a highlight reel playing out every single night. Envision Clark effortlessly dishing out 12 assists per game, while Cardoso relentlessly racks up double-doubles with the ease of collecting free samples at CrossFit. That is precisely the kind of dynamic, high-octane chemistry and symbiotic relationship that Chicago is currently desperately missing. Meanwhile, amidst all the off-court noise and branding discussions, Angel Reese continues to grapple with very real, undeniable issues in her actual game. For all the justified talk surrounding her immense branding power and marketability, the basketball deficiencies are strikingly obvious. While she undeniably possesses the ability to dominate stretches of a game with her raw athleticism and aggression, these moments are often punctuated by frustratingly missed layups that should be automatic conversions. There are tangible gaps in her offensive and defensive game that demand focused, consistent work, yet the overwhelming attention continues to be diverted towards Instagram bios, cryptic social media posts, and an endless stream of off-court drama. Being a formidable brand is a valuable asset, and many elite stars successfully manage both their on-court performance and their personal brand. But when the brand's narrative consistently overshadows the actual product on the court, you've unequivocally got a significant problem. If she does indeed request a trade, it's not just the bottom-tier teams who will be calling. Half the league will likely hesitate before even answering the phone, wary of importing the accompanying baggage. The true comedic element in this entire saga, however, lies in the almost absurd way social media drives the entire narrative. Angel Reese cleanses a nickname from her bio, and within minutes, every fan base across the league is furiously creating Photoshop jerseys with her in their team's colors. Half of Twitter transforms into amateur detectives, meticulously scouring flight logs, analyzing cryptic emojis, and confidently hinting that she's already on her way to Dallas, Atlanta, or whatever city the prevailing narrative takes them. Never mind the intricate realities of contracts, the complexities of cap space, or the crucial considerations of basketball fit. If the Instagram bio is empty, the digital trade machine goes into immediate and uncontrollable overdrive.
Listen, things is getting wild out here. It's wild work. It's wild. Angel Reese was supposed to play today, and I'm gonna play you the clip of head coach Tyler Marsh talking to the media before the game started. And he said she looked good in warm-ups. Everything is good. She is good to play today. And all of a sudden, Angel Reese told them again, nope.
For its part, the Chicago Sky might actually find themselves in a surprisingly optimal position by moving on from this tumultuous situation. Sometimes in the intricate calculus of team dynamics and organizational health, subtraction truly does equate to significant addition. Camila Cardoso stands ready, a formidable talent waiting for her moment to shine without the overshadowing drama. The franchise could seize this opportunity to undergo a crucial reset, meticulously building around players who prioritize team cohesion and do not publicly incinerate their teammates in post-game comments. This strategic pivot could finally allow them to climb out of the basement of worst-run franchises. For Angel Reese, a departure from Chicago could also represent the absolute best-case scenario. A much-needed fresh start, a new city, an eager new fan base, and a chance to shed the burdensome baggage of her current situation. However, the lasting legacy of her tenure and indeed her future trajectory will be profoundly defined by the manner of her exit. If it is handled cleanly, with mutual respect and a clear path forward, she might emerge relatively unscathed. But if her departure is messy, fraught with further public drama and recriminations, then the Chi-Town Barbie saga and all its inherent chaos might irrevocably follow her like a persistent, unwelcome shadow. Regardless of the outcome, what we are undeniably witnessing is the nascent stages of something far grander and more impactful than a simple player disagreement. The half-game suspension, the shocking public slander of her teammates, the definitive Instagram deletion, every single one of these events points with undeniable certainty to an inevitable split. This isn't merely a fleeting rumor, it is the WNBA's very own version of a messy, widely anticipated breakup that everyone saw coming from a mile away. This is not the conclusion. It is merely the explosive first act of the Angel Reese exit saga. And if you believe that the simple act of deleting Chi-Town Barbie was dramatic, just wait until the trade rumors solidify into concrete reality. That is when the true fireworks will ignite, and the circus will only expand exponentially when the passionate, often unhinged, fans fully enter the chat. Forget any semblance of level-headed basketball analysis.